All right, so we have covered a lot of things so far. Today, for the first half of the day, we cover about NFTs and also NFTs for creators. The next half of this, I am going to focus on the other trend, which is the e-learning and digital products. We won't be talking about affiliate marketing anymore. It means that this is for you if you want to create your own content, you want to create your own product, you want to have your own book, you want to have your own content, you want to be your own influencer, and so forth. And of course, if you're already doing all of those, then this will be a plus point for you so that it's easier for you to accelerate from here onwards. So I think that the info product business, the knowledge-based business is probably the best business ever. Because it's very fast for you to see results. It's very, very fast. And it's also highly scalable. So let me just share with you a very short video. So this guy, his name is Ace Core. All right, you probably wouldn't see him because he is not a guru. He's not out there doing presentations and things like that, right? So let me just go and play his video.
Hi, my name is Ace. I would like to take this video to show my appreciation to Patric's guidance throughout his Ultimatum program. Basically, after the first discussion with Patric, I started to apply all the tasks and also the strategies that are given by him, and after I apply everything, magic happens. Since the first day I launched my campaign, I already made back all the investment that I invested into this program, and the best part is, I already made additional profits since day one, and the investment could be easily paid off minimum by 10x, and to be honest, for my case, right, it's a lot more than 10x already. And I realized that this program is really good because it is not just about learning new strategies, but it's about having a mentor guide us to do the things in the right way. Like for my case, right, sometimes the answer that given by Patric could be something that I will never ever thought of in my entire life. So I believe a lot of people might be same with me, always attending like new workshop or maybe new courses just to improve our skills. But the fact is, we don't really need a few more 100 hours of new knowledge to reach our goal. Sometimes, I mean, most of the time, we just need the right direction and also the right knowledge to do our things. And if you want to get results fast, the fastest path is to get Patric as your mentor. Because I already been through, I already go through this whole process. I know he is the real deal. But of course, only happen if Patric's willing to open his coaching program again. Because as I know, right, he don't always available for this program. So if you have a chance, right, make sure you don't miss this chance because it is really the fastest path to get the result.
All right, now Ace, right, is in the digital product / e-learning industry. The results was extremely fast. That's the power of digital content. And he was able to scale. It's actually not 1x, 2x, right? And this is from him. I didn't give you a script, Ace, you say this. I didn't, right? This is what he said. It's actually 10x, not just 10x, in fact, more than 10x. Now, just so you know, he mentioned that he's from my Ultimatum program. My Ultimatum program, no more spots. The last one was taken by him. Jean, can you raise your hand? Right. So, give a round of applause to Jean. So, he placed deposit for that already. And even without going through any pitch whatsoever. That's why I say that it's not open. If you want, you must come and say, hey, I want to get in. So Ace was in the Ultimatum program and it's not available anymore. If you want, you can go on a waiting list. You can tell my team at the back there. But the thing is that you must understand that the Ultimatum program, it's not, it's in 5-figure of fees, and he has already made back 10x. In fact, not 10x, but more than 10x within probably a month or two. That's how rapid it is when you are on the right business. And of course, you have the right mentor to help you to grow from there, to tell what is right, what is wrong, what you should be doing, what you should not be doing, what you should be focusing, what kind of strategy works, and all that kind of stuff. If I sit down with you for half a day, well, you go 10x. It's really that simple. Okay, this is Ace right now. What has he been doing? He has been honeymooning for God knows for how long. This is is in Dubai right now. He didn't just got married. I mean, he got married during MCO, and they cannot go out. Imagine that, you get married during MCO and you can't do a celebration, you cannot do anything, everybody wear masks. Imagine you wear all nice and then you wear a mask, right? So now, it is just in Dubai. So that's what he was doing right now, right? It is just chilling out, because it's a digital product business, e-learning business. When he came to me, the question he asked me is that, how can I have a breakthrough? So whatever amount he is making, he wants to make this larger amount. How do I go from here? How do I go from this amount to hit 1 million? Right? How do I actually bridge that together? And he wasn't in this business. He was in other kind of e-commerce business. And I cannot tell you exactly what business he's in, but I can just tell you it's related to like necklace, those kind of bracelets. And I look at him and like, how much money are you gonna make by doing this? Like, how many bracelets you gotta sell in order for you to make 1 million, right? It's gonna take a very long time. You need to get someone to put it together, go and post office, go and ship, How are you gonna scale this business? You can't really scale this business that far, right? Unless you want to hire employees, set up a warehouse, and all that kind of stuff. Then if you do all of that, you're not going to go to Abu Dhabi and vacations anywhere. Because you need to manage all your employees and your warehouse, right? But with e-learning digital products, it's a whole different world of its own. Because you could be bringing your laptop and go anywhere to run your business. And of course, not only is scalable, but the income comes in much more faster. Right? Because you put out a web page, you get started, you start to have conversions, and when people start buying, guess what? You're keeping 100% of the profit because there is no real fulfillment cost. If you're going to say, but my internet, if you consider as cost, then it is your operation cost, but you're also using the internet to watch Netflix, right? So it should be your personal cost, not your business cost anymore. So we're going to talk about the digital product. I've been doing this since day one, like in this info product business. So I think
Hi, my name is Ace.
I know the real secret on how to become an internet millionaire. Because after all, many of my students have become internet millionaires. Not in a single month, of course, after they build the business, they have achieved that. So, is there a real secret to achieving this? But not as in the secret of, you need to be motivated, you need to wake up 5 a.m. in the morning, those kind of stuff. It's not those. But what is the real secret? What is the real formula of success in business if you want to become an internet millionaire? How many of you want to be an internet millionaire? Raise your hand. The secret lies in just mastering 2 things. And the secret is build your database and build your brand. It sounds simple when you say it that way because you don't really absorb the true meaning of that. You are thinking, is that? Nah. Well, then you don't really understand the power of both of these when you combine together. Now, if you just understand this, all my students that I teach it, that I formulate this for them, if they understand that, and the entire business is built just to focus on these 2, they would have made millions. I made my millions by just focusing on these 2 alone. Forget everything else. Everything else are just extras. Having your own product, having your own book, and all this kind of stuff, they are just the vehicles that get you there. They are just the products that get you there. I'm sharing with you the strategy. But you may be saying that, how true is this? Let me just give you a real example out of our today's topic, right? Just to show to you how universal this is. Do you all know this guy? Right? This guy is my favorite comedian. His name is Ronnie Cheng, right? Ronnie Cheng is a very funny fella. I like his jokes and things like that. Ronnie Cheng doesn't really sell you anything, right? I mean, you watch him for free. I watch him for free. We watch him on YouTube, we watch him everywhere. It is all for free. He makes jokes and so on, right? You see, all he needs to do is to focus on building his brand. Just like any influencer, any celebrity, and things like that. Now, today, if you want to get Ronnie Cheng to appear, this is just a comedian. You must understand, this is not his face. It's not like Captain America's face. You get what I mean or not? He's, okay, you can say he's good looking or not, whatever it is, or he's not good looking, but he's a comedian, right? And his fee, speaking fee, if you want to get him to talk, right, it's 100 to 200,000 US dollar. And for virtual event, it's about 50 to 100,000 US dollar. Now you try to just understand this simple formula here. Why is he so expensive compared to other comedians? I'm pretty sure other people can make you laugh as well. True? You see, today Ronnie Cheng doesn't need to try to sell you anything. He just needs to continue to build his brand. And when his brand is built, he becomes rich. That's about it, right? You just need to understand that. It's all about building your brand and your database. This guy, his name is Gary Vaynerchuk, right? How many of you follow Gary Vee? Raise your hand. If you follow Gary Vee, you would know before NFT exists, he literally has nothing to sell. Do you agree with me on that? You watch all his videos all for free, you go to YouTube for free, you go to Facebook, everywhere is for free. He only makes money, I mean he has multiple streams of income, but he only makes money mainly in two ways. One, as a keynote speaker. Companies pay him. You don't have to pay him. Companies pay him, he makes money. Or he has his VaynerMedia, where he do consulting for big companies, like social media, all this kind of stuff. That's how he generates income. But you like him because he doesn't sell you anything, right? For 10 years, he hustled. 10 years, right? Holding, not to sell. Where he can make so much money, but he refused to sell. He just continued to hold until NFT comes in. Then he launched VFriends, right? Now, according to Rick Hustad, Gary Vee made $90 million in 90 days from NFTs. I think maybe it's not 90 million, I think more or less at least $50 million. Why can he command so much money and so much sales? Because of two things. His brand equity. That's how important is a brand. And second thing is his database. He has database. Because over the years, he has been collecting database in a different form. Not through emails, social media. He has millions of followers all around the world. So when the time is right, he posted, hey, I'm doing this, and all the fans go and buy, right? So when we work with clients, or even anybody in our courses and books and so on, we tell them, if you want to build a business, you just need to focus on these two and forget everything else. Now, why is this so simple and yet people are not doing? Well, simple, because building brand is hard work, right? Doing sales is easy work. Doing sales, you just need to go and pitch and that's about it. But that is stupid marketing. Why? Because end of the day, you have to work extra hard. If you build your brand, you don't have to work hard in the future. And if you build your database, like I shared this with you yesterday, this is my open rate. In April, which is last month, is total is 186,000. Do I need to log in to show to you, or you believe me? I don't have to log in, right? Okay, because otherwise I need to change browser and stuff like that. I know some of you attend a lot of seminars, see screenshots and all that kind of stuff, and you think that, all this are... Anyway, if you have database and you have brand, right, you don't have to work hard anymore. If I need money, let's say if I really, really need money right now, I could leverage on my brand and send to my list. True or not? If I need that. Now, why I say having a brand means you don't have to work hard? What do you really understand about that? Two things. It is not about how... There's no brand tactics and strategy. Because brand is you. Understand that part. Brand is you. So when you have brand is nothing more than creating trust in you. If you are branded, it means people trust you. Make sense? Why would you buy certain brands? Okay, let's say you wear, who's wearing some branded stuff? Anybody wear any branded stuff? Okay, I can't find any right now. Okay, so there's Gucci there. There's Gucci bag. Okay, Gucci. Why would he pay a few thousand for the Gucci bag? Because it's a brand of prestige. I'm holding a Gucci bag, and you should know it's a few thousand, right? This is not some cheap bags, right? It's not got Gucci, all right? So you also know that it has certain level of quality, and also with that, with brand, you know that the quality assurance is there. I'm not something into watches and stuff like that. I don't buy for the sake of like branded. Like for instance, this is for most people standard. It's just a normal watch, right? It's just a normal Rolex watch. It's nothing fancy. It's just it's just a Rolex. It's not like an AP or some fancy stuff and things like that. But when I buy this, I'm trying to illustrate an example here. I'm not afraid to buy. Why? Because I'm protected by the brand. Now, what do I mean protected by the brand? Now, this watch today price is probably worth about 100,000, let's say. But when I buy, I didn't buy for 100,000. I buy at a much cheaper price, right? It grows leaps and bounds right now because of scarcity and so on. Now, because it's labeled with a brand, when I purchase, I'm not worried. I know that I cannot lose. You're not writing down notes. I'm giving you a lot of words of wisdom for you to understand how to do marketing. When I buy the Rolex, I know I cannot lose. I know I will win because it is branded. Right? So that's what a brand does. Now, the second thing is that when you have the brand, you will get repeat customers. Is it harder for you to get new customer or get existing customer to buy again? It's so much more easier to get a repeat customer. For instance, I had a repeat customer 10 years ago, right? He buy a book. I think Kang just signed up yesterday's program. I think he will just have like another one, right? And it doesn't require much persuasion, right? That's what a brand does. When someone have a good experience with you, they will go again and buy from you. So, as I was sharing with you earlier, people are so-called stuck in terms of doing this because they are attracted to the quick income. If I sell now, I make money, right? But you see, when you do the selling process, what happens is that you will take out some of your points, your deposit, and then you deposit and then you take out. Now, if you do that many times, right, then you need to work even harder in the future. So this is why many marketers are very tactical and not strategic. So they always find the new ways on how to sell better. So they attend like, oh, what is the latest Facebook hacks? Oh, instead of using this placement, I can use that placement. Oh, there's this hack to find certain keywords. Oh, I'm going to try to find a new traffic source. They're going through all this process. All of these are called tacticals, right? It works, but it's very tiring. Because after you found these tactics and it works, and after 3 months, everybody also know about that, right? Pink tie story, everybody knows about pink tie. Now you got to figure out what color tie you need to wear, right? Then you got to go through that. But if your audience already accept that, hey, you are going to sell regardless of whatever tie you buy, and we are comfortable with that, Next time you open your wardrobe, you don't need to think. You can even wear no ties and you'll be fine. So when we have strategy, when we be strategic, and then we add on tactics, that is where you have breakthrough results. So like when I work with my clients, I will go through with them the strategy. Like for instance, with ACE, it will come out, okay, so you need to create your hook. You need to create your story. You need to do all of that. Once you have that, then only you can apply on the tactics aspect. Then you will achieve success. And when it comes to this whole branding aspect, where I will cover more in depth later on, as I said earlier, brand, it is not what you can apply and make your brand becomes better, right? It's not like what you wear and things like that. It's about what you do. And it's about who you are. If you have that correct, you have a good brand. But before we get into the brand aspect, we need to go through the other aspect called database. So how do you build your database? And in internet marketing, mostly we focus on emails rather than other kinds of database, because emails is where you can reach out to them. I mean, you could have 100,000 Instagram followers, but you cannot contact these 100,000 people. You can just post message or post on your Instagram and hopefully that they see it. But with emails, you can email them, you can reach them. So this is why we build emails. So to do that, you need to have, well, a web page. And this web page is called an opt-in page. But what's more important is basically what you offer on your web page for you to build a list. So yesterday, when we talk about affiliate marketing, we don't stress too much on this point because we say that, hey, it is more important to get them to subscribe and then send them some promotion, because that's more towards affiliate marketing aspect. Because whether they consume your content or not, it doesn't matter, because you're not promoting your own brand, you're promoting someone else's brand when you do affiliate marketing. And sometimes people even use pen names just to do affiliate marketing, because affiliate marketing is easier to make money online compared to selling your own brand. So what we teach to our students in our coaching program, we teach the concept of creating courses. What do I mean by that? To be more precise, it's called video. This is a real-life example of how we build our list. Case study 1 is we give free video course. So when you go to a page, how do they normally get you to subscribe? They usually say, I give you, say, a free ebook or something like that. Usually that's what they do, subscribe to a newsletter. But instead of doing that, what we do is that we give a series of training, a series of video training. So what do you think is better, a book or a series of video training? So the concept is creating a series. Now, when you create a series of training and you didn't sell it, you give it away for free, you're going to have much more higher opt-in conversion. And how do you know whether you have a good offer or not to attract people to get into your so-called funnel to register with you? Then you just need to ask this universal question. Would you yourself pay for this content or not? Doesn't matter whether it's paying for $1 or $10, but the question, would you pay? Now, if you cannot answer that basic question of, would you pay for it or not, it means you're not doing a good job. Which means you can do this, but don't expect people to be very excited in your free offer. So, to be strategic, you must offer something that is of value, that someone will pay for it, but today you're giving away for free. If you can do that, you increase the value. So this is the first case study example. We do video course. In this case, we give the entire training for newbies how to get started. We did 10 classes of training. We give it to them for free, where someone will actually charge this this kind of training. The other way of how we build our list. Now, by the way, we build our list in many ways. We have the basic opt-in page that we don't spend too much time and so on. But these are the ones that I showed to you that we will run ads to it. Means that we need to make sure that, hey, we do a good job because we need to spend money to build the leads. So the other one is called, case study 2 is free digital book. You see, the keyword here, this is tactical. The keyword here, it is not free ebook. The keyword here is free digital book. What does that mean? It means it's a physical book that is digitalized. Is that more valuable or a free ebook? Digital ebook or ebook? Digital book. Make sense? Why? Because this is of real value. That if you want a physical copy, you have to pay for it. So some people will see that, okay, I don't want to pay for it, but if I can get the digital book for free, hey, that's a good deal. I want it. But when it's been presented as a free ebook, nah, this is some garbage crap they put together and try to get my email address again. You see where I'm coming from? Huge difference. Now, going back to the first principle, will people pay for it or not? Will people pay for the book? The answer is yes. If people are paying for the book, then it can be a good offer. So we have a page where we run ads and we give the book for free, the digital version. And interestingly, we actually upsell the physical book. Someone gets the digital book and we upsell the physical book and people still buy the physical book because sometimes they just want to have it in their hand for that matter, right? So you got to have a good free offer. Now, when you build the digital product business, the e-learning business, if you notice in a strategy, I never say that the secret to becoming an internet millionaire is to have a funnel, to have products and things like that. I say to have database and brand, right? Because I can show you an example like Ronnie Chang, Gary Vaynerchuk, they don't need to have products in order for them to become millionaires. They don't need to write a book to become a millionaire. They don't need a funnel to become millionaires. They just need to have brand and they just need to have database. So if you get into the knowledge-based business industry, it doesn't mean that you need to be a course creator. If you have that, that is great. But there is 101 ways of monetizations as long as you have the influence. For instance, if you have the database and brand, you could do NFTs and make money. You could sell NFTs and become rich. You don't need to go and write a book. You see where I'm coming from? Like even though if your NFT has no utility, it will still sell if you have brand and database. So let's go to the next part here, how to build your brand. When it comes to how to build your brand, I want you to note on these two parts at the macro point, at the strategic level. It's all about your content and it's all about your persona. Because in the knowledge-based business, in the digital space, right, they can only judge you or analyze you based on the content that you put out. Nothing further than that. If you put good content, right, they will like you. If you don't put good content, then they wouldn't know you, doesn't make any effect, and things like that. But content alone, it is not a main thing. It also has to do with your persona. Before we get into the persona aspect, let's talk about the brand aspect again. So as I was saying earlier, there's no such thing as how to be branded, in my opinion. As in like, I mean, I've seen people, like branding classes, branding gurus, they teach you how to wear suits and all this kind of stuff and things like that, right? Now, I don't think that really affects anything. I mean, you want to look smart, okay, that is good. But that's not branding. I mean, what I'm trying to say is this. I've seen some videos and these YouTube videos, they want to look like really cool. They wear like, right, really nice suits, turtleneck and all this kind of stuff, eat lunch. I was thinking that, who do that in Singapore and Malaysia? It is so hot. I mean, who do that? I don't do that. I wear t-shirts and Bermudas and that's about it, and then go eat. They try to look good and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, maybe it will work, but are you attracting the right audience for your stuff or not? I mean, there are so many branding tactics that it's to a certain degree it's manipulative. Like, some gurus will Photoshop themselves on a Forbes magazine picture. Have you seen that? It's like Forbes magazine. Forbes magazine, like Inc. 500 magazine. So what they do is that they didn't. If you say that seen in Forbes or things is okay because maybe you have appeared in Forbes.com, but they will Photoshop themselves in the magazine frame, like they appear in the magazine front cover, and then they say it's like like they appear in Forbes. So these are all manipulative ways of trying to be branded, right? But do you know who goes to Forbes? Elon Musk, Jack Ma, Ashton Kutcher, these people, not some marketers selling courses, right? But they do it pretending that way, like that. Now, and a little people will clap hands. Wow, appear in Forbes, right? But eventually, people will know you fake it. You're telling the truth, but you fake it by putting the fake Photoshop like you appear in a magazine. Actually, you appear on the website. The website and the magazine are two different things. The website, you can pay to be there. The magazine is either that you're really good, you're Richard Branson, you don't have to pay, or you need to pay a lot of money, and you also need to be really, really good, right? So you're not going to appear in the physical magazines. Or there are cases like, like branding, as in like social media branding, like I got like 100,000 fans, right? Let's say. So now I can go out and teach social media lah. Because I have 1 million fans, so I can teach social media, right? So that works tactically until everything is exposed. How would it be exposed? Okay, just try this, just for entertainment purpose. You go to any guru's fan pages, and we're not talking Gary Vaynerchuk, I'm talking internet marketing one, right? And then you just go and you see the comments and the likes. Next time you just go and see. And then you'll see all the comments and likes, interestingly, are from Cambodia, Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, and so on, right? How come this social media guru who is in US, who have 1 million fans, but how come all the fans are not Americans? I mean, it's mind-boggling, right? Because if you go to celebrities' fan pages, you will see the fans are from America, logically, right? Because all these fans, it's where they buy. These are not real fans, right? You can do that. You can have 100K fans. You just go to Google and search how to buy Facebook likes. And ta-da, it's done. Now, that tactics work very well until it leaks, right? So tactics will work, but it's very short period of time. So that is not how you do branding. So I'm sharing this with you because when people teach about branding, they teach you all these tactics. Oh, to build brand for your credibility, you got to have a lot of followers, a lot of fans. You need to have 100K of fans, so you go and buy fans, right? So now you become branded. But that is not being strategic, so it will eat you up later on, and it will cause you more problem, right? So you have to be focusing on the content that you can deliver. So if you are in, say, whatever space that you're in, whatever vertical that you're in, and then you want to represent your brand with the content that you can provide to them. So if you are in health, then you have content about health. If you're in entertainment, then your content that has to entertain people. But content alone doesn't seal the deal because everybody else can also have content. True? If you think again, I think that the world doesn't lack another piece of content. Like, let's talk about self-help, self-improvement, right? You round one big circle, end of the day, it's all the same stuff. True? I would say that you need to read self-help books, but you don't need to read 100 books. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's good. You get the gist out of it. But the author is the one that attracts you to read the book. Apart than the brand of the author, right, it is the persona of the author that attracts you to read the book, right? So there are all kinds of persona, but in my teaching, there are mainly just 4 kinds of persona that will make you different from the marketplace. If you've been through my training, you have heard this many times, because every time I do my event, I always teach this because I think it is very, very valuable. There are 4 types of persona. The first one is called the authority persona. The authority persona means authoritative personality. For instance, I'm a best-selling author. I'm an international speaker. All of those are all authority persona. So if you play the authority persona, which means that you got to have the so-called the medals and certificates and all the success stories, all the war stories and so on, to back you up to have that persona. And this is very powerful when you have the authority persona. It's like when you meet a policeman, because the policeman is in uniform, they automatically has authority on you, right? You listen to them. Same thing with doctor. If he has a stethoscope on his neck, suddenly he looks more, has more credibility when he wears the white color clothes, the jacket. So that is the first one. Now, can you have authority persona? Not everybody can have it. You can do authority persona if you have the authority. So, for instance, if you have the success, then you can talk about your success in whatever niche that you're in. If you have helped a lot of people to achieve success, now that is all your proof that you can deliver what you promise, right? But not everyone can have authority persona. Because if you don't have that, you just got started. If you're not a doctor, if you don't have any medals, you don't have any certificates, you're not a best-selling author, you don't have all of those, you cannot do that because this cannot be fabricated. If you fabricated that, then it means that you're trying to be tactical again. And when you be tactical, it's the same thing as buying fake fans, where eventually people will know that it is all not real, right? And it's just bad for your business. So it goes to the other persona. I call this the slumdog millionaire persona. The slumdog millionaire persona is the persona that almost everyone can follow. The concept is this. At one time, I was just exactly in your shoe, but now I have achieved success. Therefore, I can hold your hand and show you how it works. That is a slumdog millionaire persona. Right? Now, this works really well because it inspires others to follow you. Because you have done that, and now you have achieved success. Therefore, you know the pain that I've gone through, the frustration that I've gone through, where the authority doesn't understand that. Right? Because the authority are sitting up at the top there, you know, he's not going through all of that. But you know how. Right, you're the slumdog millionaire. You were once in the slumdog, in the slums, and now you are the millionaire. You know how. You can help me in whatever niche market that you are in. So that is persona number 2. Slumdog millionaire persona, it is played very heavily when we first started doing internet marketing seminars. The first internet marketing seminar with multiple speakers, I think was in 2005. I think. World Internet Summit. How many of you were still there at World Internet Summit? So World Internet Summit was the first multiple speaker seminars. And I kid you not, people paid 2,000 ringgit to be in that room to hear from multiple speakers presenting and so on. 2,000 ringgit in a seminar, right? It was crazy. And after we speak, we have many speakers. I was the only Malaysian speaker, so I take a lot of pride in that. The only one who have ever spoke for a World Internet Summit. We all started that. I've done all this speaking on stage, go other countries, speak, blah, 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 pitch on stage, have my days, make a lot of money, all this kind of stuff, right? But those were that time. Different path right now. And after the seminar, imagine that each time the seminar is over, there's at least 200-300 people just come out from the seminar, right? And many will start their own training business and say, hey, I've just attended a seminar, right? And this is all right. There's nothing wrong with this. I'm just telling you how opportunities are being made. I just come out from the seminar, and all of you still don't know how to do stuff, right? So I will take lead, and then I will do my own seminar. I will do my own training, things like that. And the role is very simple. It's a Slumdog Millionaire role. I attend a seminar together with you. I figure out how to apply all these strategies, all this stuff from all these gurus, speakers, and so on. And now I can show you how. Because I was sitting in the same room, and I've cracked the code, where all the authorities, right, they don't have time for you because they can't sit beside you and show you things. They just can't do that. And that has been a very lucrative industry at that time, right? Now, to illustrate the example, you must understand how big the market is since 2005, how big this market has grown, right? So the first seminar we do was 200-300 people, and then there's more seminars, and each time we do seminar, there will be new speakers being created, right? Because they will attend the seminars, and then they'll come out and do their own seminars, and after that, people who attend their seminars will also come out new speakers, and people who attend, and then they will become new trainers, and you understand where I'm going? So, do you understand how big this industry has grown since 2005 when we first started this industry? Right? It's huge right now. So this is why you have a lot of options who you can learn from. And some are the real deal, some are semi-real deals, right? So we go for the third persona. The third persona, I call this is the Mr. X persona. Now, I'm not gender biased. I'm not saying that you cannot be Miss X, all right? It's just making things simplified, it's called Mr. X. Mr. X persona is basically someone who perceive to have secrets that the public doesn't know. And this is usually played in the crypto niche or the trading niche and so on. So they are, these secret traders to know how to trade stocks. They have some secret robots, bots, and so on, right? There's nothing wrong. It's just marketing, right? There are trainers like Adam Khoo who do the authority style, right? Hey, I have 2,000 students, right? And I teach people all these things. I have students who are doctors, professionals. The authority role, like Adam Khoo, he's like untouchable at his stage in terms of this niche. Huge, really huge. I think it's probably generated an 8-figure revenue for that business alone. And then there are others that using the Mr. X persona, right? Like, hey, I know some secrets that you don't. I know this XYZ wave theory that can help you to make money before the market crash or whatever it is. So it entices people who want to know the secrets of what it is. Of course, the Mr. X persona must have the real secrets, right? If you don't have that, then you go back to being tactical. You can manipulate the market, but when you get the sales, you cannot hold on the sales, right? This is also the reason why if you go to Google and then you type like certain person name and you come out all the scams, reviews, you just go to this forum called like Lao Yat Forum, you know, you can see all the complaints, all that, blah, 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 and things like that. And chances are, despite our population of millions of people, despite me doing this for almost 20 years, you probably cannot find any negative comment. You probably cannot find any negative comments, right? You may find a few which is normal, but just imagine for 20 years, if you see any negative comments of me, it's basically related to my ClickBank product, that time, CB passive income, 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, 5.0, and there's nothing wrong with my CB passive income, but all of those are just clickbaits, which means all the reviews are fake, right? If you don't believe me, you find whichever marketer you like, and then you search, you'll see all these reviews from a site called Wealthy Affiliates. It's like running fake reviews. So yeah, it's all garbage sites, right? I think if you search, Edmund Lowe also will come out. You find everybody will also come out, right? What they do is all clickbaits because, for instance, you must comprehend that CB passive income is the number one product in ClickBank. Do you know how much traffic it gets as the number one product in ClickBank? So a lot of people Google for that brand, and they create all these garbage sites to be clickbaits. So they get traffic based on that keywords, CB passive income, Patric Chan, all that kind of stuff. And then when they get a traffic, they say bad about you, and then they promote something else. So these are all clickbaits. So I just want to make it clear. So you will still see negative, but those negative comments are related to my ClickBank products, but it's not like a personal attack, right? Because I try my very best to make sure that I don't give this opportunity for people to actually do that. And the way how to remove all of this is not to be tactical. It's to be strategic. Then you will have less of this. Tactical are usually related to sales. Strategic are usually more towards marketing. If you do good marketing, you will get sales. If you do marketing, like Gene will just, hey, I want to join the Ultimate program. I don't need to give him bonus 1, bonus 2, bonus 3, bonus 5, component 1, component 2. I don't have to do that. That is called marketing. Sales means I have to do all of that. So when you have the Mr. X persona, you must be able to deliver what is your secret. If you have that, if you deliver your secret, you're good to go. You can go with this persona. And the fourth one, it is called the rebel persona. The rebel persona is very powerful because it fights against the mainstream. When you have a rebel persona, people like you because you are different. The rebel persona concept, whatever people are saying, like the market are saying, it is not correct. This is the thing that works, right? Example, I could say law of attraction doesn't work when everybody else says law of attraction works. But you might understand that Patric Chan is not saying law of attraction doesn't work. I'm just giving an example how a rebel persona actually works. But what really works is law of water, or whatever it is. You just have to make up with something. I'm just thirsty, so I thought of water, right? So when you do it that way, what happens? There are going to be a group of people who always don't agree with the mainstream, right? So now you have all their ears. So now you can create your own raving fans because they will like you. But at the same time, if you position well and not being offensive, those who like the mainstream stuff, like all those people who are like law of attraction, 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 they will also want to check you out because maybe I'm missing something. Or maybe I just want to see that you are wrong. Do you see that? You know what's the best thing of law of attraction? The book called The Secrets. I kid you not, this marketing really takes the whole next level. Do you know that is the secrets of the secrets? I mean, and then do you know that is the real secrets? And I can't remember which one was from the creator of The Secrets. Are you telling me that when you launch The Secrets, it is not really The Secrets yet? Are you telling me that it's like the secrets of the secrets? So like from the secrets of the secrets, it's the Mr. X persona. Like, hey, there is something else out of what you already know. So if you play this persona, you'll be different, and then you have your content will be representing your persona in that sense. So sometimes I like to do my things like the opposite of the mainstream. So when people have fancy videos, my videos looks cheap, right? I don't want to look fancy videos. When people are doing that, I want to do the opposite because that is how I get attention, right? But sometimes I want to follow because I want to make sure that I have the authority, I can do better than what other people are doing, right? Now, when you build your persona, you'll be different, and that's where you create your brand. Now, I just want to do a simple test. I just want to have an honest answer from you. How many of you think that I use the authority persona? Raise your hand. Okay. How many of you think I use the Slumdog Millionaire persona? Raise your hand. Okay. Okay. How many of you think I use the Mr. X persona? Raise your hand. And how many of you think I use the Rebel persona? Raise your hand. Okay, right. So we have a mixture of everything, right? Okay. And all of you are correct. So at one stage, you play all personas. That is how you attract the entire mainstream of market. Because there are people who are attracted to authority persona. There are those who are attracted to rebel. There are those who are attracted to Slumdog Millionaire and so on. But when you first get started, you have to be clear in your message what persona that you are. You don't confuse the market. Now, when I first start, when I don't have any credibility and so on, when I first start like 2005, for instance, right? Subconsciously, I don't understand all of this, but I was doing the Slumdog Millionaire persona, right? Because I don't have all the big badges and I didn't speak in 11 countries. I don't have any of those, right? I have the Slumdog Millionaire because I've been in your shoe, I've gone through all of that, and now I've achieved success, and now I can show you how. Right? So that's how you build on your brand. So what is the strategy to build your brand and database at the same time? So now you understand that, and then you understand this, but how do you actually do something to save time where you can execute both of these together? There's one specific way how you can achieve both. While you're building your database, you're also enhancing your brand. And now it's about 2:30. And I will tell you after the break.